Numbers don't lie, numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie, numbers don't lie. I got this, you can't buy. Numbers don't lie, numbers don't lie.
Mass Gang, welcome to the Crimson Mass Show. You know what time it is. I'm your host, MFG Deez, and I'm about to do what I do best. Piss you off with my wrestling opinions. We're going to get right into it. No Raw review, no NXT review, no SmackDown review this week. We're talking strictly SummerSlam. And it was a big SummerSlam. It was huge. And it's not going to be a longer show, but damn, do I got a lot to talk about. And we're going to kick it right off. And the first thing I'm going to say is, I told you so. I told you so. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Women's World Championship with Dominik Mysterio by ringside. That's a big one. Dominik Mysterio by ringside. These two put on an excellent match. The match was excellent. At some point, Rhea Ripley, she tweaked her shoulder. She tweaked it. And so it affected her the entire match, and she was doing silly things like ramming it against the commentary table, ramming it against the turnbuckle, try to put it back in place. But I digress. It was still a really good match. It was a good match. And what happened? Something I've been talking about for weeks and weeks since the inception of the Crimson Mass Show. Dominik Mysterio, Dirty Dom. He's dirty for a reason. Dominik, a chair was thrown into the ring. Now, Dominik initially took the chair from Rhea because Rhea was about to hit Liv Morgan with it and cost herself the match. That told me for sure that Dominik was about to screw Rhea Ripley over. Even though he put on the impression that he was going to save Rhea Ripley from herself. The fact that he would even interrupt and put Rhea in a position where she would have to turn her back on Liv and question what the hell Dominik was doing was already helping Liv. So, chair still in the ring. Dominik circles around to the other side of the ring. He distracts the referee, telling the referee that there's a chair in the ring. Come on, guys. Obviously, we already knew what was up. When he started pointing and telling the ref, oh, there's a chair in the ring. Liv hits the oblivion on Rhea Ripley on the chair. And soon as she hits the pin on Rhea, Dominik say, hey, look, there's a pin. 1, 2, 3. And the cameras didn't quite show it too long. But Dominik, he smirked after Rhea got pinned. Rhea's confused. She's discombobulated. What just happened? She looks up. But what does Rhea see? She sees Dominik helping Liv up. And not only did he help her up, he threw the title on her shoulder and they tongued each other down. That's what happened. That's 100% what happened. And, you know, I've been saying it for weeks, man. I don't know who wasn't prepared for it, but I've been saying it. And I believe most wrestling fans already seen it coming. So what happens next? And there's a few things I don't want to give away at the beginning of the show, but I believe if you watch this, then you've already seen SummerSlam. It's definitely not over between Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and Dominik Mysterio. Rhea Ripley will go after her pound of flesh. I don't know when Rhea Ripley will be able to get her pound of flesh, but she will definitely be in pursuit of it. What does this do for each character? I think this continues to elevate Dominik. This continues to elevate Liv Morgan. And I think that Rhea Ripley's already a made woman. So this outcome really didn't hurt her. if I had to nitpick about anything, I guess I would nitpick that the looks that Rhea was given after the match, you couldn't really tell if she was pissed off or smiling. Like, why would she be smiling? But like I said, real small thing, really irrelevant small thing, doesn't really even matter. But that's what happened, and I told you guys so. Rhea Ripley's gonna kick Liv's ass at some point, and I can't wait. Dominik, you're a bastard. Intercontinental Championship, Bron Breakker, Sami Zayn. This is another very entertaining match. I was happy to see Bron Breakker hit the Frankensteiner, or the Breakensteiner, I think that's what he's calling it, on Sami Zayn without screwing up. I remember last time he did it, he kind of messed up a little bit. But this time he didn't miss. This time he did what he needed to do. He put Sami Zayn down in this match. He became an Intercontinental title. He became an Intercontinental Champion. I think for Bron Breakker, the sky's the limit. He can only go up from here. I imagine that what does Sami do after the match? Either he's going to side with Jay and whatever Jay has going on. Do I think that they're gonna, can't spoil the rest of this episode, but do I think he's gonna get involved in some other things? I don't know, maybe. Or he could continue his feud with Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker did win clean. He didn't need to take any unnecessary means to win the match. He hit Sami Zayn with a spear, and then he hit Sami Zayn with the I don't know what we're calling it, the high velocity spear. And then he pinned him 1, 2, 3. So, I mean, there isn't much for Sami to come on Raw on Monday night and gripe about and say, hey, you didn't do this the right way. So, I mean, I wonder if Sami's going to move on. And if I had to pick someone as Bron Breakker's next challenger, I guess I would pick Ilya Dragunov, even though I would have liked to have kept Bron Breakker and Dragunov away from each other so I could build up both. But at this point, Bron Breakker has already hurt Dragunov, and Dragunov is going to be looking to get his revenge on Breakker, and Breakker isn't going to lose that title anytime soon. So this is probably going to end up being a lost feud for Ilya Dragunov, which I don't like the idea of him losing feuds early in his tenure on the main roster. Logan Paul, LA Knight. I knew that Logan Paul was going to put on for his city in this match. That wasn't a surprise. You had MGK ringside. You had MGK getting involved. We knew that Logan Paul was going to have his crew there, and MGK is a native of Cleveland, Ohio, so of course he's going to be there to help out Logan Paul. But this is a good match. Just like with Bron Breakker, I'm glad that LA Knight was able to execute his move where he hopped on the top rope quickly and then hit Logan Paul with what I think it was meant to be a suplex, but it turned into a brain buster midair. So I'm glad that nothing like more serious happened because of that. Y'all, LA Knight had to win this match. I said it the last 2 weeks. If LA Knight lost this match, he might as well just prepare to wait out his contract to try to go somewhere else to do something. But this is a must win for LA Knight. So it was apropos that he wore the Jordan style trunks, because this was definitely a Game 7 situation for LA Knight. If he didn't take this title from Logan Paul, his momentum would have tanked, because he kind of had any championship opportunities he had in the past, or any big match opportunities, Money in the Bank, so on and so forth, he hasn't been able to capitalize on them. And even though he still has the crowd saying, yeah, he still has the crowd, but he had to get that title to justify and validate his standing on the roster, and he was able to do that. I hope, well, maybe I don't have to hope now. I hope that they don't do something crazy like feed LA Knight to Jacob Fatu, have him move the tag title over to Tonga Loa. I hope that doesn't happen, and it might not based on what happened later in the night. But they need to give LA Knight a lengthy title reign. Let him add some more prestige to his already over momentum. This is a good win for LA Knight, and it had to happen. It had to. Bayley, Nia Jax, WWE Women's title. I've been saying this. Nia Jax is on a higher level than what she was previously before she got fired from the company and came back. I love the work that Nia Jax has done since she's been back. I knew it was a foregone conclusion that Nia Jax was going to win this match. I don't even need to get into the whole match itself, honestly, and I'll be completely honest. There was nothing special about the wrestling in this match. I couldn't do it. I can't wrestle. But as far as like compared to other matches, there was nothing really special about it. This was not Bayley versus Nia Jax in NXT. This wasn't on the level of that match. This match was okay. I think it was well executed. The strategy of having Tiffany Stratton run down as if she was going to cash in, not to actually cash in, but to distract Bayley from Nia Jax, and Nia Jax being able to take advantage of it and becoming the women's champion. I kind of knew that this was the route they were going to go when Nia Jax gifted Tiffany Stratton the custom-made briefcase on SmackDown. Usually when that's done, it means that the Money in the Bank holder is going to be holding that briefcase for a while. So this storyline is probably going to run for a hot minute until the point where they're tired of teaming up Jax and Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany's going to betray her. She's going to cash in on her. She's going to become the WWE Women's Champion. That's going to happen. All those things are going to happen. I think that they went the right route with this. Bayley, she's Teflon. She doesn't need to have the title. It's great that she did have the title, but she doesn't need it. Interested to see what they do with Bayley going forward. Nia Jax, I think she's going to have a dominant run. I think she's going to hold on to that title as long as WWE wants Tiffany Stratton to hold on to the women's Money in the Bank. But once they decide to pull the trigger on that, Tiffany's going to win that title. Then you're going to see a little feud between Nia Jax and Tiffany. And then that's just going to be that. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins as a special guest referee. The match itself was okay. It was decent. I'll go ahead and say I've seen better matches from CM Punk, but considering that Punk probably has ring rust, it's whatever. I've seen better matches from Drew McIntyre. It is what it is. The important part of this match was the storytelling in this match. Everything mattered in this match. Drew McIntyre having CM Punk's bracelet with AJ Lee and Larry's name on it. Seth Rollins, CM Punk taking off the bracelet off of Drew, dropping the bracelet, and then Seth Rollins picking it up and putting it on just to get it out the way. Just to get it out the way. Not to mock Punk, but to get it out the way, because I don't think it would be in line with Seth Rollins' character to taunt someone about their significant other. People do it to Seth all the time. I don't think it's in his character. But he put it on just to get it out the way, just not to not lose it. He actually did the decent human thing there. But CM Punk wasn't going to see it that way. All CM Punk saying is like, you got on my bracelet. And he said it in the match. You effing with me. You trying to screw me over right now. You wearing the bracelet. Then there was a moment in the match where Seth Rollins was, he was outside the ring. And so I can't remember what happened to Seth, but he wasn't there after CM Punk hit Drew McIntyre with the GTS. He wasn't there to count the pin. And so now Punk is like, what the hell are you doing? You're effing with me. He's walking down Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins, for a second, look, man. Hey, look, man. But then Seth Rollins finally hit him like, hold on, man. I don't even want you here. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be in WWE. You selfish bastard. Start walking Punk down. And then Punk, he said, okay, you know what? All right. Let me take care of business. But then he said, F that. Boom, GTS to Seth Rollins. But the problem with that is that little distraction, it caused Drew McIntyre to open the window for him. Bow. Claymore puts Punk down. Comes for the pin. Seth Rollins, 1, 2. He hesitated. 3. Drew McIntyre wins. Seth Rollins rips off the ref shirt. He gets out of there. And then Drew McIntyre takes the bracelet back off of Punk, who had put it on after he GTS'd Seth Rollins. Puts the bracelet back on. But Drew McIntyre took it right back off as he stood on his chest, victorious. Needless to say, these three are not done. And I think we're probably going to see a triple threat match between Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and CM Punk tomorrow night on Raw. Tomorrow night on Raw. It's probably the logical thing to have Seth go out there and call out CM Punk. But what's probably going to end up happening is something happened along the lines of where Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins somehow end up hitting each other or something like that, because you have to have a reason for Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins to all want to fight each other. Because right now, it stands to logic that Drew still wants to fight Punk, Rollins wants to fight Punk, but we have to have a reason for Rollins and Drew to want to fight one another. Damian Priest versus Gunther. This was a pretty damn good match. Very physical, very physical. Damian Priest slapped Gunther in the chest so hard his chest started streaming blood. This is a very good, very physical match. Gunther, oh my goodness, I love Gunther. Gunther is one of the best wrestlers in professional wrestling. Everything he does look like it actually hurts. It's not like a matter of people being able to say, oh, that's fake or blah, blah, blah. It actually looked like his offense hurts you. If he clotheslines you, it's not a soft clothesline. He looks like he's putting his body weight into it and trying to knock you the hell out. That's why I love Gunther's style. And it was on full display against Damian Priest. Damian Priest had educated feet the entire match with the kicks, the karate. He hit him with South to Heaven a couple times. But the big story from this match is not even that Gunther walked away with the World Heavyweight title. Is that Finn Balor, who spoke with Damian earlier in the night, was going to help Damian address the situation with Dominik screwing over Rhea. Damian apologized to him. Finn accepted the apology, but I didn't believe it. He accepted the apology. He offered to be out there. And it's another situation just like the Rhea Ripley Liv Morgan match, where Finn Balor offered his services to Damian Priest earlier in the night. I know you want to be out there, but if you need me, just let me know and I'll be out there. So my question immediately telegraphed what was going to happen the minute that Finn Balor, without being asked, just appeared ringside. And I said, okay, he's about to screw Damian, because why is he even out there? The part that didn't quite make a ton of sense to me is the moment where Gunther kicked Finn Balor down. And then that caused Damian Priest to get enraged and attack Gunther. And another part that didn't make sense, Damian Priest then rolls Gunther over to the ropes, where he could have easily put his leg on the ropes, but he didn't have to. You know why? Because Finn Balor grabbed his legs and put it on the ropes, because Damian pushed him all the way to hell over there. So that didn't make sense either. And my question after this match was this, because that all led to Gunther winning, but my question was this. Gunther beat the hell out of Finn on Raw. He kicked Finn out in the face at Money in the Bank. So my question is, what's going to happen to the Judgment Day after this? Because we could lay it all out right now. Let's lay it all out. You have Dominik and Liv Morgan screwing Rhea. You have Finn screwing Damian. First and foremost, all those guys ran on it. They all were in on it the entire time. The goal, I imagine it'll be explained on Raw. The reason for why they're doing this is because they were tired of being bossed around and pushed around by Rhea and Damian. They kicked the two most powerful people out of the group. They kicked the two most influential people out of the group. They were tired of taking orders from them. I expect Carlito to officially be a member of the Judgment Day on starting Raw. And I expect Liv Morgan to be a member of the Judgment Day. So you're going to have Finn Balor, JD McDonough, Dominik Mysterio, Carlito, Liv Morgan. Carlito being in the Judgment Day or trying to hang around the Judgment Day was already the precursor to Damian Priest being replaced. And they're going to replace Rhea Ripley with Liv Morgan. So that's how I see that going. I expect Damian Priest to be feuding with Finn Balor. Initially, I thought it was going to be a case of Damian and Rhea Ripley versus Dominik Mysterio and Liv Morgan. But it's clear that Damian's first target is going to be Finn. He tried to choke the life out of Finn Balor last night, which is why Gunther was able to capitalize and win. But I think the Judgment Day has just moved into the top of the storylines on Raw again. People give the Bloodline a lot of credit, but they need to give that Judgment Day storyline a lot of credit too. Main event time. Oh man, okay. It's layers to this. First of all, Cody Rhodes, he's in this bus. Solo's already in the ring. Who cares about Solo? Cody Rhodes, he's on this bus. He's getting ready in his bus. He comes out. Pharaoh is waiting for him. He gets Pharaoh. He's walking to the ring. Arn Anderson, his old manager in AEW, WWE Hall of Famer, member of the Four Horsemen. Arn Anderson sitting there waiting. He coaches Cody up. He tells Cody, hey, you got a couple friends. They're going to help you out if things get dicey. Go do your thing. Cody walks up a little bit more. One of his family members puts his coat on him. Cody takes a mask, skull, and with crown, put it on his face, comes out, boom, boom, boom. Whoa, all that stuff. Gets to the ring. Solo and Cody's having their match. Solo is doing a little bit better than I expected him to. Solo's not the greatest wrestler of all time, but he was doing pretty well in there. But let's skip ahead to all the shenanigans. The first two people that came out to help Solo were Tama Tonga and Tongaloa. They're beating it up. They hit Cody with a move that resembled the Magic Killer. They hit him with that like a low body Magic Killer. I guess that's what you call it. It probably has a name. You guys in the comment section, go ahead and let me know what it's called. They hit Cody Rhodes with it. Solo tries to pin Cody. Cody kicks out. That prompted Kevin Owens and Randy Orton to come out, attack Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, got him out of there. First interesting thing in the match happened. Second interesting, if you count Arn Anderson being in the back. Second interesting thing happened. Jacob Fatu comes out. He hits Cody with a number of moonsaults, throw him out the ring, lays him on the table, does a moonsault. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, it's kayfabe, it's kayfabe. No. Jacob Fatu injured himself when he did that moonsault. And it should be out. And I'll check for you guys while we are in video. It should be out by now that he did actually hurt himself doing that spot. Because the reason I knew he was hurt the minute it happened is the way he reacted to it. He reacted like an athlete in the NFL or the NBA who injured themselves and are pissed off that they're going to hurt their opportunity with this injury. He tried to get up. He fell back down. He slapped the wall. He threw a chair sitting down. He was legitimately hurt. And then he screamed. He yelled, get him, Solo, finish him, Solo, finish him, Solo. Solo legitimately was looking like, what the hell's going on? What's happening? And Jacob had to tell him, like, hey, go. Like, I'm screwed up. I don't know. I think he legitimately hurt himself. And as I'm looking, I don't see anything in here that says that that Jacob Fatu is injured or anything like that. I don't see anything here. But yeah, I don't see anything here saying that he's actually hurt. But it looked like he was, and if he's not, he did a great job selling it. But whatever the case is, this led to the man, the myth, the legend, the GOAT, the tribal chief, the head of the table coming out to like the most epic music of all time. I wish he would have waited for it to drop a little bit more before he slowly started to methodically walk from the backstage area, but it was still great nonetheless. He came in, didn't leave any questions. Commentary was wondering, who's he going to hit, Solo or Cody? There was no question. The minute the man slid in the ring, he cocked and loaded, bow, knocked down Solo, boom, spear. And then he walked back up the ramp looking back, begrudgingly opening the window for Cody Rhodes to win. You could tell Roman was like, son of a bitch, I didn't want you to fucking win this match. He did the thing, and that was it, man. That was it for Solo. Super excited to see the part 2 of the Civil War of the Bloodline. Who's going to be on what side? Who from outside the company is going to come in and join what side? How's this going to play out with Jimmy and Jay joining back with Roman? Because that absolutely is going to happen. Who's going to be the rest of the group? We'll see. Jacob Fatu's injury or non-injury, whatever, may play a huge role in how they go about things, but I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what Roman's going to do. Paul's going to be back. I'm super excited. All right, guys, that's it for the show. Crimson Mask Show Red, SummerSlam edition. Fucking awesome, man. I'll see you guys next time. This is Crimson Mask Pro Wrestling with an attitude. We gone.